We are playing Vampires Masquerade Bloodlines again. It's been a while since I've been streaming. Sorry about the hiatus. I was just too depressed to play. It was just not coming to me. But I downloaded the new unofficial patch, the updated version, updated like this year in February, I think. So we're gonna see what they changed. For anybody who's never, I'm gonna record this and put it on YouTube. Vampires Masquerade is a great game. At the start, you can either choose your character or answer a series of questions. We'll answer the series of questions right now, but we're most likely going to change it to Ventrue if it doesn't get it. Answer a series of questions about the type of vampire you would like to play. I would like to be female, because fuck you. Some drunken mortals attempt to pick a fight with you in a bar. Do you trash the place with the fools of broken bodies, or clear the place out with a mere wave of your hand? I'm a fucking vampire. I clear the place out with a wave of my hand. Why do these mortals start with me? You're outbid at an auction for a macabre piece of art. Macabre piece of art. Macaroni art. You know the collector wanted it, and you've been to his house. Do you get a few drinks in him, persuade to sell it, wait until he leaves, find spare keys, make it look like a robbery, write unflattering critique, get published, wait for your friend to unload. That's just persuade him to sell it. Being a night person, late night TV shows. 3 movies on, which one do you watch? Fist of the Monkey King, Wire Fu film, Sword of Bushi, Japanese film, or Sergeant Murdersine's Third. The god that doesn't play by the rules. Oh god, I like Sergeant Murdersign just for the name. Convenience store, looking through the beer freezer when all of a sudden a man walks in and pulls a gun on the cashier. Sneak up behind him, disarm him, or quietly make your way to the bathroom. I, myself, would make my way to the bathrooms. Come a little bitch, fuck you. Vampire hunter chases you into a crowd of mortals. Do you reveal? No, you don't reveal yourself. Fade into the crowd and disappear. That's a great one. Use the ability to read mortals' minds and stay far away from any sensation of hostility. Yes. Best way to win a fight is not be in the fucking fight. Your new neighbor is everything you ever wanted in someone. How do you get them to go out with you? How do you get them to go out with you? It's been a good time. It's been a good amount of time around the windows topless. They'll come running in no time. They will probably be impressed by how hard you work. The flashy new car can't hurt either. I will probably go with 2. I forgot to click it. I should click it just so you can see. The world is a cruel and unforgiving place, but you've gotten so far. Why? Maybe cruel for me, for you, but for me it's hilarious because the world bends to my will. I already know what both of these go to. This one's going to be the Ventrue option. This is Malkavian option. So we'll go with the Ventrue. You've been embraced by the Ventrue clan. The Ventrues are the nobles of the undead, represented by the power brokers and executives of various Fortune 500 companies. Ventrue are known to be arrogant and quite capable of dominating conversations, but also can be the charismatic leaders of the undead. I don't need any help text, so I've beaten this game multiple times. Alright. Yes, so this is my character, Ventrue woman. Even after you choose all that, you can come back and change everything. But since it's the unofficial, in the base game, you don't have any of this history. But since it's the unofficial patch, you do. In the base game, all you get is your clan and your gender. You'll also get your character sheet, but we're doing the basic shit right now. You get your clan and your gender. You get 7 clans. The Brujas, they are basically thugs. The thugs of the vampire world. The Gongrels, who are more thuggish. They're vampire. They're more animalistic. The Malkavians, that was the other option we could have gotten. They are crazies. No. Yeah, they are the crazies of the world. They're powerful, but they're crazy. If you want a fun playthrough, go with Malkavian. If it's your first playthrough, do not choose Malkavian. Use Malkavian for like your second or third playthrough. Don't do them for your first one. Nosferatu, who are hideous. They are the scary vampires that break the that get discovered every time they get seen. Toreadors, they are the Twilight vampires. Pretty showy, kind of boring for the most part. Tremere are the blood sorcerers. So they have blood sorcery, and Ventrue are the aristocrats, and then male or female. Every clan looks different. So for your first playthrough, if it's your first time playing through, I recommend either going Ventrue or Tremere. Tremere is probably going to be the easiest though, but I'm going Ventrue though because I'm going for reasons I'll explain later. Truly upper echelons of society, Ventrue is seen as honorable and virtuous leaders of the Camarilla. That's the faction we're going to be playing as, we're playing for. They wholeheartedly support the Masquerade, influencing the mortal and undead worlds to help them maintain the Masquerade as well as garner support for themselves. Clan Ventrue is an exclusive and powerful gathering of immortals, and even the lowliest initiate of Clan Ventrue can expect special treatment in Skeptrid society. This regal bloodline, however, gains no nourishment from the lowborn and thin-blooded. Ventrue gain no blood from feeding on animals, feeding on low-lives humans, prostitutes, and the homeless, and cause Ventrue to vomit. Each clan has a benefit and a negative. Ventrue cannot, obviously, as you just learned, cannot feed on homeless or prostitutes. Which means you have a hard time hunting for blood for them. Each clan will have their things, and I'm going to be playing at least one playthrough on each clan. I'll just tell you their downsides on theirs. Then you have this history section. This is added by the unofficial patch, and it's just a better way to customize your character. And I think homosexual is in for all of them. The rest are all dependent on your clan and your gender. So, like, you have dominatrix right here for female, but if you turn to male, it's diabolic. So they don't all change, but a lot of them change. And there's only like a slight difference playing between male and female. The males. What happened? Oh, alright, cool. Sorry. That was weird. Alright, you get some seducing options between the two, but it's not really that big of a difference. It's only seduction, and most of the targets can be persuaded. I don't think seduction is kind of useless, but we'll get that later. We'll get that in the character sheet. So you got homosexual. You turn into homosexual. That's it. You can seduce as a woman. You can seduce women. As a man, you can seduce men. That's all it does. So if you wanted to play as a man, but just get the woman experience, you just select homosexual. That's it. Juvie Hole, it swaps the priority of the attributes. I should explain that. As you can see, you get, when you're choosing your stuff, you get like three attributes: 2 in physical, 1 mental, 1 social, talent, skills, knowledge. This has changed it to where the 2 goes to physical instead of what it normally is. What is it normally? Social and mental. So that's just it. This industry lobbyist, it flips it to mental, social, and physical. I like having social and mental, then mental. Southern Debonte, privileged, gain excellent. Mother would be so proud if she knew you were accepted into the best vampire clan around. Swaps the to social, then physical, and then mental. That might actually be better. Corporate Schmo swaps the priority of the abilities. So instead of being whatever it was, now skills, knowledge, talent. I think it's talent, knowledge, skills. Or talent, skills, and knowledge normally. More Profiteer does same thing. Run away. Yeah. And here's where it goes. Run away. You start with a point in stealth, but it costs more to raise your brawl. So this, if you just don't plan on punching people, this is a good way to start, because you get an extra point in stealth. Dominatrix, start with more in subterfuge, which I think is your seduction, and your dominate is stronger, but you must spend more experience. I would not recommend this. You only get a limited amount of experience in the game, so you don't want to do that. Since you only get a limited amount, by the end of the game you'll be much weaker if you choose this, because you had to spend more. Diabolic presence has a greater duration, but it costs more experience by humanity, and you're more likely to frenzy. Humanity is basically how good you are in this game, and you can spend points to increase it. I wouldn't do that. To me, humanity is mostly pointless. It's so easy to gain, so hard to lose. Because I think you can get to 3 or 4 humanity just by killing innocent people, and then you have to work really hard to keep it going down. And the lower the humanity, the more of a chance of your character to lose control. I'll explain that later. So this might be a good one, because I'm not going to do that, but the frenzy is a bit bad. Megalomaniac, start with an extra point in charisma, but I can't raise my subterfuge over 4. I might actually take that, because charisma is really good. And then well educated. You have a bonus in various abilities, but mild tempo and weak will. You can't ever rate dominant and intimidation above 3. Dominate is very powerful. I wouldn't recommend this, but I don't know. But it might be worth it. I don't know what it does. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's fuck. It gives you all that shit. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. I could see why you do that if you don't plan on doing a dominate build. Or so yeah, this is actually pretty good. I do plan on raising dominate to the max, so we're not going to do that though. We're going to go with Megalomaniac. I have a big ego because of my confidence in yourself and your abilities. People either really hate you or are drawn into you. Start with an extra point of charisma, but can never raise subterfuge above 4. We'll go to our character sheet now. Alright, so subterfuge would be this one. All it does is increase seduction. If you look over here, it makes it glow gold. The subterfuge does when I hover over it. When I hover over seduction, it tells you which 2 appearance and subterfuge affects it. So this is just an easy one. There's always like 2 skills that affect everything, except for these. I think bashing is the only one that gets affected by a skill. Your soap skills, but everything else has 2 skills that affect everything. Humanity again. It's humanity. Although monsters by nature, most vampires cling to humanity to survive in the mortal world. Humanity is the ability to keep your predator nature at bay, and your first line of defense against frenzy. If you cause the death of an innocent human, you will lose your humanity. You will frenzy more often if your humanity is low. Frenzying makes you lose your character, and it attacks everything around you. So you don't really want to frenzy, because you lose control of your character. But you can you don't have to worry about that. The only time you have to worry about frenzying is if blood gets low. Masquerade. Masquerade is important. The Masquerade is a code of secrecy that hides vampires' existence from humankind. Violation of the Masquerade will lead to ambush attacks from the human vampire hunters and scorn, contempt, or worse from your fellow kindred. If you lose all Masquerade points, you will lose the game. So you don't want to lose Masquerade. Because if you lose all of it, you lose the game. It's easy and hard to lose Masquerade. It's easy if you're not paying attention. I've lost it multiple times. It's hard. because if you just pay attention, you can avoid the shit. And they give you multiple things to redeem the masquerade, so it's not a permanent loss. You can do shit to get it back. Then you have your attributes. Physical is just your physical shit. Strength, measure strength, dexterity, and stamina. Stamina is only useful for the bashing soak. It just makes you like tougher. Strength is for combat, obviously, but there are certain spots in the game that, like a items you can pick up, which is like scene items you can pick up, or rusted bars that you can just grab and rip off if your strength is high enough. If it's not, then you can't do it. So it has a little bit of role-playing aspect. Dexterity is, I like dexterity. It's going to be important because lockpicking and sneaking. Then you have charisma, which increases persuasion. Yeah, okay. Increases persuasion, manipulation increases haggle, seduction, and appearance increases seduction. Persuasion is probably going to be the most, it's going to be the best. Haggle, you don't really need money all that much, and seduction isn't really that useful. It probably it's like the second least, it's the second most useless skill in the game, in my opinion. So you don't need it. And well, it's a third most useless. Haggle is probably second most useless because you don't really need to spend your money all that much. Then mental, perception, inspection, intelligence, and wits. I'm going with wits because of hacking. Because I like to be stealthy. Put two into. Probably put them into seduction, just to be honest, or intimidation. Yeah, we'll put them into intimidation. I don't need seduction. Fucking seduction. Intimidation. You already see the public shit. Intimidate gives you intimidation dialogues. Persuasion gives you persuasion dialogue. Seduction gives you seduction dialogue skills. Firearms for guns. Melee for melee skills. For melee weapons like swords and shit. Brawl is your unarmed. And your unarmed can be better than your melee. Like, fucking, you use vampire claws and such shit. But we're going to put one into security, which is our lockpicking. So we can pick locks better. Then knowledge, scholarship, computer, finance. Finance is for haggling. Computers is for hacking. Investigation is for inspection, which all inspection does. No, that's wrong. Inspection shows glowing shit on items that you can pick up, or hidden things that you might not know about. It also, not very often, but there are a couple of times where it has an effect on dialogue to where you know that they're lying because you're in inspection. So it gives you some unique dialogue choices. Not much, but it's there if you want it. And then scholarship, which increases both research and persuasion. Research lets you read skill books that can increase your skills, and it also lets you identify magical items. So, but we're gonna put everything into scholarship for our persuasion. We're gonna start out with high persuasion because I like persuasion. And then disciplines. Every vampire clan has 3 different disciplines. They just have 3 different disciplines. I don't know where I'm going with this. For the Ventrue, we have Dominate, which lets you control people's mind. First level is Command, second level is Brain Wipe, third level is... Okay, this used to be Suicide instead of Sleep. It used to be it would kill the target. It's been changed with the latest unofficial patch to Sleep. So let's fall asleep for about 20 seconds or longer. I already knew this because I played a little bit of the new one, just like 5 minutes, and found this out, which sucked because I like Suicide. It was very strong. Then you have Possession, which turns an enemy into your ally, and then Mass Suicide, which causes everybody to die. It's really good. Dominate's gonna be is very strong. I'd say, yeah. Then you have Fortitude, which just increases your soak, so it's gonna be very good. Level 1 increases 1 point to all soak, and level 5 gives you 5 points to all soak. Straightforward. And then Presence. Presence is kind of like Dominate. Basically, you give off like a aura that intimidates people and shit. The Dread Presence of a vampire can strike mortal steel into the heart of opponents, reducing enemies' effectiveness in combat. All levels of Presence cost 1 blood per activation. Presence carries no risk of violating the Masquerade. That's important. No risk of violating Masquerade, and some of these can. I don't think this one. Yeah, they cannot be traced back to you and carry no risk of violating Masquerade. Some abilities for the other vampire clan can violate the Masquerade. Ventrue's started the Camarilla, who set up, and they made the rules for the Masquerade, and so conveniently none of their shit violates the Masquerade. Ooh. But also because they don't fucking show off who it affects, who it's from. But yeah, we just spent all of our free points, boosting our charisma up to 4, because we had that bonus point in charisma from our history. Our weights up to 2, scholarship up to 3, security to 1, intimidate to 2, mainly because I didn't really have. I might just put it in brawl or dodge. What does combat defense do again? Avoid taking damage. Yeah. I don't really care about any of the others. Yeah, we'll just put in dodge, fuck it. I don't really like intimidate. No, I'll do intimidate, just show it off. I'm very fucking decisive on my sayings, as you can tell. And then you have, this is part of the unofficial patch, just a skip intro button. I'm not going to skip it this time. I'll probably skip it on the later playthroughs. But you can't skip the intro once you're into it, so that's why they added that into it. Also, make sure your auto level's off. You want to control where your experience goes. And we've named our character Dame, just because she's a girl. I'm very fucking creative for that. Let's go. The embrace, the act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. Alright. Now I'm gonna be quiet for the intro.
I want to show you something.
You can see the little bite marks on her neck and the heel. Always like the handcuffs. Rude. I know I said it was going to be quiet, but I lied.
Good evening. My fellow kindred. My apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken.
No,
As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, The accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me.
No. Fuck you, Lacroix.
Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit! All I'm saying is that he better not do it.
That line
Mr. Rodriguez
is from the unofficial patch.
I have decided to let this kindred live.
Wasn't originally in.
They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Gary.
Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior.
I should start killing them.
What I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire.
Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo.
This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There, you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio.
Mercurio.
He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Fuck you. They have so well. They are not the hordes they have truly become. Where's the W? Mouse to look around. And everything. Toggle view and camera keys compatible to move the camera around third person. Cool. Ooh, scene, man. Hoo-wee! They just plop a naked baby in the woods.
How about that? Look, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes?
What do you say? Real quick, this, you can't see my mouse, this area isn't in the base game. Well, it is in the base game, it's part of downtown. That's right outside this area that you just left, because you can go back in there later. In the base game, you start out right at the tutorial level. You don't start out here, though. So I think they just did this for continuity's sake. Who are you?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it.
I love Jack.
Santa Monica with your hide, and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
Okay, I could use the help.
All right.
Right.
Why don't we step out back here?
Let's get away from that horrible place. I'm gonna talk to Southern Belle boys. This, oh, fuck. There. This is much better.
Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least. You know, could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
So good. A drink of what? A drink of what? Oh man, we're popping a cherry here. You're gonna love this. Alright, check it out. Blood, it's your new wacko lamb, your new champagne. Blood's your new fucking heroin, kid.
Get ready though, cause hey,
I love
it's never as sweet as the first time.
They have great dialogue in this game. What do I do?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
I love that fucking laugh. So what do I do? I mean,
Alright. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.